A historic shift in Nigeria's constitutional landscape may be underway as over 80 senators in the 10th National Assembly reportedly backed the creation of Anioma State, a proposed sixth state for the southeast geopolitical zone, anchored by Senator Ned Nwoko. Senate Bill 481 has received cross-party, cross-regional support, signaling a strong national consensus for equity, justice, and federal balance. Leading voices include Deputy Senate President Barao Jibrin, Senate Leader Bamidele, and other influential lawmakers have publicly endorsed the bill. As the nation debates constitutional amendments, other leaders from Cross River to Bayelsa are pushing for fiscal federalism, local government autonomy, and state police. From the Senate floor to public hearings across the zones, the cry for restructuring is loud and clear, a united call to build a fairer and more inclusive Nigeria. Media Director for Anioma State Creation, Chief Barrister Tony Ogana, joins us for more on this. Thank you very much for joining us at this point.
My pleasure.
Okay, so this is an age-long agitation which dates back to the era of Dennis Osadebe. But why the push for Anioma State?
Now, before I answer that question, I was listening to your intro, and I just need to update you. The senators supporting Anioma State creation have since risen from 85 to 91.
Okay.
Led not just only by the Deputy Senate President, but by Akpabio himself, the Senate President. So okay. There are 109 senators in Nigeria. 91 of them have already ticked good to Anioma.
Okay.
Now back to the question. Why the agitation for Anioma State? That's your question.
Yes.
Now, first off, Anioma State creation is the longest standing request in Nigeria. It started from 1951. It was led initially by three traditional rulers. The Obi of Agbo, the Obi of Idumujuboko, and the Obi of Abo.
Okay.
In those days, traditional rulers were not so actively involved in politics. So they took the request to Chief Sir Barrister Dennis of Sadebe, who was the leading political firmament of the, at the time known as Delta, not even Delta, Midwest Igbos. Mm-hmm. So, truth be told, the three royal fathers started the quest for Anioma because they wanted an identity for our people. Our people had suffered a lot of degradation. And when I say people, what do I mean? I mean members and people of the 9 local governments, of the 25 local governments in present-day Delta State. For purposes of clarity, I will name them and I will mention their local government headquarters.
All right.
I'll start with mine. The smallest, but if you ask me, the mightiest, Anocha North. The headquarters is in Iseluku. Anocha South. The headquarters is in Ogwashiku. Oshimili North. The headquarters is in Akugigbo. Oshimili South. The headquarters is in Asaba, which also doubles as the state capital. Ika South, the headquarters is in Agbo. Ika Northeast, the headquarters is in Owoyibo. Now I move to Ndokwa Ukwani axis. For Ukwani local government, the headquarters is in Obiaroko. For Ndokwa West, the headquarters is in Kwale. For Ndokwa East, the headquarters is in Abo. These are the 9 local governments out of the 25 local government areas in Delta State that have signed on for Anioma State from the beginning of time, more or less from 71 years ago. I'm just 61. I don't think you're anywhere near my age. But the request for the state started 10 years before I was born. And these are the people who are agitating for it. However, the people of Ibanke in Edo State want to join in. I'm even told my brothers in Onitsha want to join in. I have somebody whispered to me that the Uguta people also want to join in. But for now, they are not part of this agitation. The thing is to get the state first. Because of cultural identity, we want to be with our kid and king. And we are Igbos. From our language to the names we bear, Emeka, Chukwunwike, Adeze, Adafo, Okolie, Ifeanyi, Igwe, we are Igbos. Let's stop the pretense. Let's stop hiding, trying to hide behind the finger. Could they walk, like Yoruba say? Anything Anioma is Igbo. Indeed, the word Anioma, coined by Ustav Sadebe, God bless his soul, my leader, who started the struggle. Anioma means good land, the good land. Create the state, Nigeria will become a good land, flowing with milk and honey. And we all have Asiwaju and APC to thank.
So, guys, welcome to the channel. Listening to this man, Mr. Tony Ogana, I think you'll be able to find some answers to the question that you might have pertaining to the creation or the movement for the creation of the Anioma state. And like what he said there, mentioning the Igbo people and every other people that want to come together and form, into the new Anioma state, you can easily tell that it's more about being with people that share language and culture with you. Because there's this argument some people try to make that the languages are not exactly the same, the locations are not exactly the same. But if you cannot make that argument with people that grouped you in a state where there are several tribes, how do you make that argument for the Igbo people in general? For example, in that same Delta state, how many tribes are there? You have the Ishekiri people, you have the Ijo people, you have the Urobo people, you have the Isoko people, you have now the Anioma people. So it's all about groupings to people that share the closest link in terms of language and culture with you. Because you can't even use that argument for the Southeast itself. Because in the Southeast there are several dialects. There are people from, there's the dialect of Ungwa people of Abia State. There's a dialect for Nsuka people. There's a dialect for Eza people in Ebonyi State. And so many other dialects. Ekpeye people are also in Imo State. The same Ekpeye people that are found in River State. So you can't use that to show you that this whole thing is a political, the arrangement as it is right now, it's already a politically constructed arrangement. So wouldn't you prefer to stay in wouldn't you prefer to stay with your people or people that share similar language and culture with you? Forget about, nobody is saying that we all have the same dialect. Nobody is saying, maybe when they say Igbo, some people feel that okay, Igbo means there's a group of people specifically called Igbo. Igbo, I think, is an umbrella term for those people that share the same language and culture, the same general language and culture. Are there dialects inside it? Yes, there are. Now the North is grouped as North. Don't we know how diverse the North is? Even the same thing in the Southwest. You say Yoruba people or Southwest. But don't they have several dialects inside? You know they have. So if it can be applied to them, why should it not be applied to the Igbo people? So this message is also for even some Igbo people or some people from that same Anioma that is against the movement for the creation of Anioma state, and for them to be joined to the Southeast and every other person. The state where you are currently, whether you are from Anioma or you are among the Igbo speaking communities of River State or Cross River or even the Middle Belt, Kogi and Benue, the same thing applies. You're already grouped with people that you don't have similar language and culture with. So why do you have, if they can group you with those people, what will make it impossible for you to be grouped with people that share the same language and culture with you? So let people not be fooled. Let people not deceive themselves. It's a political creation. It's not about justice. It's not about this is how it must be. They could have easily, if it was not political or politically motivated, they could have easily created those states and exclude you or group you to your larger Igbo people or to your larger ethnic group. Nobody is saying that there is no different dialects. Sometimes you might even not understand another dialect in full, but you hear some things. Yes, sometimes you won't understand fully. There are some Igbo people that understands more Ikwere or Ika than when I mean Igbo people, I mean there are some people, some Igbos in the southeast, because that's where they want people to believe that Igbos are. There are some Igbos in the southeast that understand more Ikwere that is in the south south or Ika that is in the south south than even Nsuka dialect or Abakaliki Eza people dialect. And Abakaliki is in the southeast, Ebonyi state. There are some people that don't understand much of what Ngwa people will say. But there is the general Igbo that everyone can understand, no matter which dialect you come from, or no matter which dialect you're familiar with. There's the general Igbo, and it's working for the Yoruba people. It's working for the Hausa people of the north. Why will it not work for the Igbo people? Let's continue, guys.
Because before now, PDP was in power in Nigeria. PDP didn't create an Anioma state. Now, APC is poised to create an Anioma state. And at the appropriate time, my people, who are very grateful, who are educated but have been undermined, will show our gratitude by supporting APC. So back to your question, I just did a detour.
Yeah.
Back to your question. Anioma is about being the sixth Igbo state based on equity, justice, and natural conscience. It's about placating the Igbos who have always had the shortest end of the stick. I'll explain that. Before the British came to attack us in 1881, the Anioma nation, there was nothing like Anioma then. You just had Igbos in the core southeast and in the south where I am now. Mm-hmm. The colonialists came with what we call the Ekumeku War. It took them 31 years to defeat my people. 31 years. What were my people using? Bows and arrows. The British were using their gun, cock and shoot. There was no AK-47 then. But it took them 31 years. Because of what we put the British through, they punished us. How? I'll tell you. They bifurcated the Delta-speaking Igbo people, the Midwest people, Igbo-speaking people into two divisions. Then we didn't have local government, we had divisions. So in Benin division, the Kwani people were in Delta division. So much later, when the military rule came,
we heard you and we acted. From time.otps, password reset fields.
They joined the two together to make Bendel. That's how come you have the word Bendel. Mm-hmm. So our punishment didn't start from 1914, the amalgamation, of Nigeria, no. It started from way back 1881. And as I speak to you today, the southeast where the Igbos majorly are, our kith and kin, our brothers, have only 5 states.
From what he said there, that's what I said earlier on also. It is a political creation. For some reason, they want to kind of incapacitate the Igbos in a certain way of them not coming together. So the question is, why the people who did this, why do they not want the Igbos to come together? That's the question. Why did they not want the Igbos to come together? It's all an artificial creation. And that is why it makes me wonder when I see people react as if this whole thing is something that was preordained from the beginning of the world. Or that maybe it was God that decided to do everything like that. There are some things that are created by men, but because of it is not sanctioned by God, it will not last. It will not be forever. That's just the truth. So when you hear people saying, "Oh, people are scared of change," people feel like you want to alter something. What are you altering? You're altering something that was artificially created. You're altering something that was unjustly created. That thing should be altered in a positive way.
In that zone. The other zones that have 7. Now let me bring it home. To share money in Nigeria is not by zones, it's by local governments and states. So all the Igbos in the southeast have only 95 local governments out of the 774 local governments that make up Nigeria. The northwest has 186. Viewers, please cross-check me. Nigeria has only 774 local governments and 36 states as I speak.
Okay, talking about local government now.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you back to where you mentioned Delta North.
Delta North also means Anioma, the 9 local governments.
Yes, 9 local government. But I read somewhere, and I'm still going to read it out to you.
By all means.
Now, it says here, in the Vanguard newspaper, the chairman of the 9 local government areas in Delta North have distanced themselves from a document purportedly endorsing the creation of Anioma State, alleging that their signatures and official stamps were forged.
Now, I'm about the best person to answer that question because I'm also a lawyer. So what they are alleging, if that to be believed, is that their signatures were forged.
Yes.
Were forged. My brother, if you are
They are
alleged,
also distancing themselves from the agitation for the creation
no,
of the
I will
state.
tackle all that in less than 5 minutes. Everybody knows in Nigeria that if somebody forges a signature, allegedly, that's a criminal matter. Where do you go to for criminal matters? You go to the police. You don't go to TVC or channels or Arise. You go to the police. If somebody forges a document in my name and I'm pained by it to make it public, I'll go to the police and lodge a report. So I challenge those 9 local government chairmen who say that they are Anioma people to go to the police and lodge a report of forgery if they are serious. But if you ask them further, they'll tell you, well, that being the case, we support Anioma, but we are not the one who signed that.
Exactly. They can't go to the police. They can't go to the police because it's politics. It's politics. These people, they want to appease themselves or some external influence or some group of people that they are trying to appeal to or appease to make it look like they are not on board with the Anioma state creation movement. On ground, they know what is supposed to be done. They know the truth. But they are playing games because they want to appease a group of people, and some of them also want to protect whatever it seems that they have in the current arrangement where they are. Because for most of them, or some of these so-called political leaders, for some of them, it is all about themselves. It's not about the people they are serving. It's about what suits them. For some of them. So that's why they can't go to the police. Because it's false. Because they know they are playing games. Let's continue, guys.
What's the meaning of that? How can you appropriate and reprobate in the same transaction? If you are saying that's not your document, it means that you don't agree with Anioma state. Whereas, it's Anioma votes that put you where you are.
The creation of this Anioma state, is it about a political agenda?
It is not. I told you when it started. This agitation started since 1951.
Yes, but now, is it about the political agenda? Because there are insinuations that some people cannot be governor of the present states that they represent, and so they want to be governors or political leaders of Anioma state if created.
Now, that is the farthest thing I've ever heard from the truth, and I'll prove it. Delta State was created in 1991.
True.
The first governor was, God bless his soul, Ibro, Felix Ibro, Urobo, not Anioma. Then the coup came. They came back second time. The governor the second time was also from Urobo, James Ibori, Onanife, Odidiborgo. By the way, he just celebrated his birthday, and I just Emmanuel Udouan took over. One, like I was saying, we want to join, we are Igbos. We are not making any pretense about it. My Igbo name, like I was saying,
Real reason has long been coming. What is the real reason for this creation?
one, like I was saying, we want to join, we are Igbos. We are not making any pretense about it. My Igbo name is Osita Tadema. Osita Tadema is an Igbo word that means from today it shall be well.
Okay.
It's only in Igbo land that you find the 4 market days: Afo, Akwo, Nkwo, Eke, and Olie. You don't find it in the John land. You don't find it in Yoruba land. This red cap and wen is known to be won largely by the Igbos.
So this will ensure a creation of an identity.
Yes, identity one, and two, we've always had the short end of the stick. Before
It's not about ensuring the creation of an identity, because the people already have an identity. It will be a proper alignment of identity and culture. Proper alignment of identity and culture. Do you know that people in different parts of the world even go to war to reconnect their people? Without even mentioning the current wars going on right now, there are people that go to war, that are ready to go to war and fight it out, to make sure, even if they have to fight their own people, to make sure that at the end of the day they are integrated as one people. That is how serious it is. And when there's a political chance for that to be achieved without war, then that chance should not be thrown away. That chance should be embraced. So it's not about creating a new identity, it's about the proper alignment of these people, people of similar culture, people of similar language, people of shared heritage, aligning them to be one. Let's continue, guys.
you ask me a question,
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you how the Igbo nation has been shortchanged with having the least number of states and local governments. It is the number of local governments and number of states that determines how much you share from FAC in Abuja every month. I just told you the Northwest has 186 local governments. My Southeast brothers have only 95. So if you give us Anioma state and we go there, they are welcoming us. They are not saying they don't want it. Indeed, 12 out of the 15 senators from the Southeast have already endorsed Anioma state, led by their chairman, His Excellency Uzokalo. They are not driving us away.
Okay.
So the Robos are happy to see us go. The Jaws can't even thank God enough. Oh, this one can't go, make them go. The Shekiri people also want us to go. The Soko people want us to go. It is only a few misled and disgruntled Anioma people that don't want the state created. And
Why do you think so?
Fine, and that's the question. There are in 3 categories. One, pure, plain ignorance. They think that if we go to the Southeast, we will cease to be members of the NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission. But that's not true. Abia State, Igbo, Imo State, Igbo are members of NDDC, so we lose nothing. So there are people who are just ignorant. And you know, all over the world now, times are challenging. Not everybody can afford to buy newspapers every day to read or to subscribe or even to pay for their bills and listen to news.
Exactly. It is mostly, if you really want to sabotage a ship, for example, most of the sabotage, the sabotage will come from inside. There's that adage in Nigeria, I think from the western part of Nigeria, that says the termites that eats the vegetable is just under or inside the vegetable. So most times, for them to be able to try and sabotage this thing or derail it or just kind of set it back or just challenge it, they have to use people, or the people themselves have to use themselves from the inside. Just like he said, because of ignorance, because of greed, because of fighting for their own benefits. It's not the majority of Anioma people. It's not many. It's just a few. Some few office holders, whether it's traditional office holders or political office holders or whatever. Just some of those people that will not get on board, or that are yet to get on board, or that will fight it just because of they are trying to preserve what they think they already have. Because for them, it's not about the future and the destiny of their people, it's about what they can salvage for themselves. That's the greed. Let's continue, guys.
So it's what them say, kale kale, if you wako, wasi, one so pe, baba so pe, go and read the newspapers and educate yourself. Make Google your friend. That's one, ignorant people. And majority of people opposing it are there. Second category of people opposing Anima State are people who are enjoying from the status quo. I just told you that
Exactly what I just said. People enjoying from the status quo.
Anima once produced governor of Delta State. He has his own people. They are scared that if Anioma comes, they will lose their privilege on the table. Access to power, access to money. Delta State is very rich. He has oil, he has gas, and he has a lot of entrepreneurs. He has human resources, one of the best in Nigeria, particularly from the Anioma region. So they are scared. These people don't come, they want to take over from us, so we don't want to. Forgetting that their brothers and sisters cannot get jobs. Because everything in Nigeria is based on quota. If you have the fewer number of local governments and fewer number of states, naturally, less largesse will be flowing to your people.
So,
but hold on. The third category. The third category of people are, in my opinion, people who are just greedy. Let me explain what I mean. Delta State gets an average of 122 billion naira every month since Asiwaju came in. They're not gone below that. In fact, in June, the one for July has not come out. The one in June, Delta State got 128 billion. That is enough to cater for the 7.8 million Deltans. To cater for our needs. Food, water, light, shelter. But it will never be enough to cater for the...
My brother, my sister, 128 billion. Billion. What are they doing with all this money? But not in a year or 6 months. Every month. Every month, 128 billion. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm telling you, the termites that eat the vegetables sometimes is just under it. They are the things that will blame the federal government for sure. They are the things that we will criticize the federal government for, or that will try to constructively criticize them and tell them they're supposed to improve on this and that. And there's also the one that you must look at your local government, your state government, and ask them, what is the problem? What is going on? That's just the truth.
Greed of a few. Because those greedy people have endless needs, endless wants, things they don't need, they keep acquiring. So what I'm simply saying is, we don't need to fight or quarrel. Accommodate everybody, accommodate all the interest. The governor just left Delta PDP for APC. Constitution guarantees freedom of movement and political thought, nothing wrong with that. But there's no way on earth you move with all your PDP people and you want to push the landlords of the party away, the people who were in APC before you away. It's not going to work. Particularly when the 3 senators are APC.
Okay. Talking about allocation of resources at the federal level to different states, which you have mentioned earlier, we know that despite allocations given to states, we don't see development is not at par with what they have received. How will this, the creation of Anioma State, aid development at the local levels for Anioma people?
Okay. Permit me now, I think better in Igbo and Yoruba. I'm not an Englishman.
Just because before he answers that, the answer it can also be very simple for many people to discover here. When you have an Anioma state, it automatically creates more opportunities for the Anioma people. Whether it's opportunities in terms of economic activities, or opportunities even in state jobs and every other thing. It easily creates opportunities for people, not just people that are at the that are in public service or people that are at the helm of affairs, but also everyone, because Delta is already a big state, a very big state. If a state has over 7 million people, that is large. That is the population of entire countries. Some countries are not up to that. If you go to the Caribbean, how many countries in the Caribbean are up to 2 million or 3 million people? So it automatically creates opportunities for the people of that state from the ground up, from the ground going to the top. That's just the truth.
Now, you
have to interpret that.
I'll interpret it right away. A hungry man is known from the way he washes his hands before he starts eating. No, if I don't believe food and you bring food now, you say, Tony, oh yeah, make a chop. I say, okay, I'll be don't chop. Oh. Make a join. If I don't chop now, you talk to the, I'll not be your friend. So I will look at. We know the ones that will do well. I'll give you an example. The current senator of Delta State, Ned Nwoko, yeah, of Delta North rather, yeah. Ned Nwoko, has done well. He has empowered the people. Even this whole Anioma state creation, he's the one financing it. The vision of his grandfather, he's the one financing it. I told him, a lot of people told him, look, why don't we do fundraising? He said, no, that people might use that against him. So he's funding it on his own.
So guys, you see, no matter what you think about Senator Ned Nwoko, no matter what you've read, no matter what you've heard from these bloggers, sensational internet content creators or bloggers, no matter what you've heard from them about Senator Ned Nwoko, does it affect you as a person? Does it affect the lives of the people of Delta State or the people of Anioma or the people of his constituency? So some people, their only issue they have with Ned Nwoko might even be just those news they saw online about his own personal life. As long as the man did not commit a crime, what is your business with who he marries? As long as the man has not committed a crime. And Senator Ned Nwoko will go down in history as someone that championed a noble cause. Now, we believe that this will come to pass. We believe that this Anioma state will succeed. But no matter how it goes, this man has at least put himself out there. This man has at least championed or is at the forefront of a movement that is a noble movement, that is a good movement, that is a justifiable movement. That's just the truth. The man is already a billionaire. When I hear people say he want to be a governor, I start asking myself, be a governor that because he wants to be a governor, that's why he wants Anioma State. He wants to be a governor, somebody that is already a prominent figure in the nation, and very prominent in his state. And he's even in the ruling party now. He wants to be a governor, and you think he cannot do that from where he is? Why will he not be able to do that from where he is? He can do that if he wants. Okay, what is the purpose of some people being governors? To be what? To be powerful or to be... Is he not already a very wealthy man? Is he not a multi-billionaire? It's not even about Ned Nwoko supporting him or anything. It's just common sense. Someone that is already very comfortable. And you think that the only reason why he's pushing this is for him to be a governor. Whether it's for him to be a governor or not, what he's pushing, is it right or wrong? That's what you need to ask yourself. Whether it's for him to be a governor, even if he's going to be a governor, what he is pushing for, is it right or wrong? And the answer is that it is right. It's just like, for example, you give somebody uses money to go and help a group of people that are stranded or homeless or whatever, or because maybe he wants those people to vote for him or her, does it matter whether they are going to vote for him or not? Has he not already solved their problem by maybe meeting them at the point of their frustration and needs? So whether they vote for him or not, is that the question? Are those people not already relieved and saved from their predicament? Someone is doing a good cause, you're worried about if you want to be a governor. Even if he wants to be a governor, then he wants it. He should be that governor, because at least he did. A lot of people. How many governors have come has come to power in Nigeria that did nothing good, that you don't even know about anything good that they've done before? Some governors got there by the power of Supreme Court. How many governors became governors and you know what they've done good before? So if somebody does something good and he becomes a governor, what is the problem? For those people that are speaking against him, they are saying that he wants to be a governor. In fact, he should be the governor. He should be the governor for 8 years, if possible. Because at least you have already seen what he's capable of. You have seen the good thing. He made sacrifice. What's the problem with that? Unless you're one of these people following all this social media, he married this person, he does not marry that. What is your business? How does that affect your life? How does that affect the economy of Nigeria or of Delta State, of Anioma? How does that affect you personally? Let us put our mind correctly. Let us just think about things that really affects the citizens and stop all these games and unseriousness.
He has done a lot of projects, even went as far as building a university. And half the students in that university don't pay a dime as tuition, don't pay for feeding, don't pay for anything. So that's how you know a man who is a man of the people. So should Anioma State be created and he chooses to contest as governor and leave the Senate, if he wins, it can be nothing but good governance for our people. That's one. Then two, the present government and the government before now have done their best. But in my opinion, their best is not good enough. And I'll give you a practical example.
Okay.
The problem confronting Delta North today is not roads, as important as roads are. It is light and water. So the present governor, Sheriff, is faced with a situation where it costs, according to him and his handlers, 59 billion naira to build one flyover in Agbo Rumi Junction, which deserves a flyover. Agbo deserves good roads. I grew up there partly, so I know Agbo. But it will cost 30 billion naira to reticulate water in Ogwashuku. It will cost only 20 billion naira to do the by step down. Now, I ask you as a journalist, Elama, you are well respected. Your program is well respected and well watched. Which is more important? Road, flyover, 59 billion, or water, 20 billion, or light, 30 billion. I think, I know, I'm sure, that light and water is basically human existence. Flyover.
If you're like me and work long hours on your laptop, you know how uncomfortable it can get. That's why I got this laptop holder.
No, you dehydrate. When you dehydrate, what happens? You die. Everybody must have light. Cottage industries must work. Students must have light to have access to the internet to do have their proper lectures and their assignments. So in my opinion, and I dare say, in the opinion of any right-thinking person, light and water should come before flyover and roads. But what do you have? The money is there, they prefer to go and do flyover. Forgetting that, yes, there's money in flyovers, you negotiate with contractors, we know this is Nigeria, we know what we mean. But you can also make more money from light and water. My senator Ned even offered, okay, let me bring some people from abroad to come and finance it. And over time, recoup their money. The state government said no. Why would that happen? So we wish the governor well, but what we are simply saying is that PDP cannot take over everything. Like Senator Ned Nwoko said, our indefatigable senator,
All right.
That shows. Wait, hold on. Let me give you this quotation. When the former chairman of APC came to Delta, Senator Ned released a statement that they are welcome and anybody can indeed go anywhere. But they should not come thinking that they can fill up new bottles with old wine. Meaning, don't come with the PDP mentality of Ifencha, Bugwe, Awalamako. You share. The governor is to consider at least 10% to the 3 senators. So, yes.
Many people believe that the creation of Anioma State will alter that.
See, in other words, you're a very smart person. You're asking me about zoning. See, Nigeria has 6 zones. 3 in the south, 3 in
the balance.
Both James the board if you want peace.
Okay, so let's talk about the geographical balance now.
Yes.
Many people believe that the creation of Anioma State will alter that.
See, in other words, you're a very smart person. You're asking me about zoning. See, Nigeria has.
So before he answers, geographical balance. The truth of the matter is that the only geographical balance that they should be concerned about right now is the one that is not even balanced already. You're talking about geographical balance. Geographical balance, meanwhile, these people are very much close to the south. Have you seen the map? It's just a river, and even the river has 2 bridges that connects the other parts of the southeast to them, to Anioma. And even with that, the southeast is not an island. It's not like they are crossing from one country to the. You can even move across that river with a speedboat or with a boat, and you get across the bridge. So the southeast is connected. It shares border with other parts of other states in Nigeria, like Edo State, like is it Kogi State, like Benue State, Cross River State, Akwa Ibom, like some other states. So what is the issue of geography? Is that there's no in fact, joining them together will create a geographical balance. And if you're talking about geographical, this kind of zoning system is still very much related because these people are already close together. You know how many Igbos not Igbos. You know how many Igbos from the southeast, where they classified as southeast. You know how many of them are already working and living in with their brothers and sisters in Anioma. So what geographical balance are they talking about? Some people even work in Delta States, Anioma, then they live in Anambra or Onitsha, and vice versa. So it's a very simple, but let's just entertain these questions because it's just the routine and just the political correctness and all that. But everybody already knows what it's supposed to be.
6 zones, 3 in the south, 3 in the north. I've already proved with empirical evidence that the south is disadvantaged because the southeast has only 5 states, whereas others have 6 and 7. If you create Anioma and move us there, you're going to have a more balanced tradition. The Igbo man is going to walk prouder. He will not feel like he's not wanted.
How are you moving? How are you walking at this time as an Igbo man?
How am I doing what?
How are you moving at this time? How are you walking at this time?
Igbo blood, indefatigability. Nothing, the Igbo man never says die. Remember that immediately after the war, we were giving only 20 pounds. But today, what do you have? Do you know the state that has the highest number of billionaires in Nigeria? Let me tell you. Anambra State.
Allegedly, though.
No. Facts and figures.
Okay.
See, and they're not even in government. The average Igbo man doesn't want to go to government. He just wants peace and security to do his business. Go to Anambra, go to the villages, go and see what's happening. Recently, Nigerian Customs just declared 6.1 trillion. They overshot their expected revenue. Why? My brothers are bringing in containers. They are selling. They are traders. They are commercial people. They are not government workers. They are not bureaucrats. So all we are simply saying is, give the Igbo man a leg to stand on. Treat us like you have treated other people.
Let's
and there'll be
assume,
peace.
let's assume this creation is of Anioma State moves further.
It will in Jesus' mighty name.
We hope so. But what
Can you
assurances?
say amen? Say amen to that.
Let me ask my question.
Say amen before
Let
you say.
me ask my question.
Please say amen.
My brother, say amen. Or are you not a, unless maybe you're not a Christian, but amen. Or you can say say or say what, you know. I think most people will just agree. Why don't you want to agree?
I'm not from Anioma.
So you don't want us to have a state.
Listen, what assurances?
You don't want to Konjawala to have a state. You don't want Nduka to have a state.
Assurances?
You don't want Tony and Jimovia to have their state.
Well,
you don't want JJ Okocha to have his state.
If you have their state, it's.
You don't want Don Jazzy to have his state. You want to wake up and Sadebe that is dead. You don't want Ashedu to have his state.
I am from the Niger Delta, so we are good at this point. But as it is now, what assurances do we have that?
Another thing, when they say they are from the Niger Delta is also. I hope people don't understand that Niger Delta is also Ondo State. Niger Delta is also Imo State. Niger Delta is also Abia State. I think these some of the lies that they had used to deceive or some of the misconceptions that they had used on some of the ordinary people of the place they call South and the Niger Delta, because they feel like now it's only people from that region of the South. But no, Niger Delta, in fact, if it's about oil, Imo State is also a top oil producing state, and apart from even the oil, it has the largest gas reserve in, is it Nigeria or is it even West Africa? Imo State has a lot of oil and gas. Abia State is also a top oil producing. They discovered oil in Anambra. So it's not about all that. So you ask yourself that what is the issue exactly? It's all politics and politics.
The creation of that shift will serve the best purpose of its citizens.
Why do you think, for example, that the average American wants to die for America? Because if you treat even one American badly, whoever is present will ensure the rescue of that person. In Nigeria, the situation is not the same because we believe some Nigerians feel they are more entitled than the others. And whether you like it or not, the Igbo man has been kept down deliberately. And Anioma will help that. Don't forget that the Southeast has 6 requests also for state. There's a request for Aba State, for Anim State, for Adada, for Ititi State, for Olu State, for Rashi. But despite that, they have now reached.
All those states can just be scrapped. The only states that I feel like the Southeast, according to my own opinion, and I think just common sense, is the state of Anioma. If you're bringing any other state from any other region, it's very much welcome. If you're bringing another state from River State or from the Middle Belt, wherever, it's very much welcome. But creating another state in that Southeast, let's be honest, geographically it does not have the largest land area in Nigeria. So you only need to do justice to these people by making them assimilating them with their people in other regions. That is what it's supposed to be. So all this Gwashi State, Olu State, all of that, my brother, let's just not go there. Let's not go there. So we are supporting Anioma State, and that's what we know.
A consensus, like I told you before. There are 15 Igbo senators in Nigeria. 12 of them have said, give it to Anioma in consultation with their people. And it is APC that's making all this happen. You can see everybody now coming to APC. Shortly before the end of the year, APC will have 24 governors. That's enough to create Anioma State. Because the Achuadu I know is a man of equity. They will be invited to Abuja with their speakers, and they'll be told that Tiwa, the Igbo man have no quarrel with the Yoruba man, have no quarrel really with the Hausa man. It's equity. It's because the woman feels shortchanged that he appears to be extra aggressive and all that. But if you give him Anioma State, he has more stakes at the table. 3 days ago, I was reading the paper that ships now betting on Onitsha. But they only bet during the peak of the rainy season.
Yeah.
If you create Anioma, the next town to Asaba, the capital of Anioma, is Onitsha. Anambra will bring money, Delta will bring money, we'll dredge the place.
Okay, so quickly, I want to ask about all of this materials
Yes.
you have kept here. What's about? We have just about 1 minute to end this segment.
The rumor now is that they know that the state is coming, so they are trying to run down my senator by saying that Senator Nenwoko is leaving APC. It's not true. I'm in charge of media and publicity. Now, just to show that I'm not the foreigner, can you read what is here and show the logo so your viewers can see?
Anioma supports a renewed hope agenda.
Anioma supports Asiwaju and NED and APC. That's the logo here. If your cameraman can zoom in on this,
No, they are seeing it already.
let Nigerians see this. This black is in many colors. I just brought a few. This is blue, the same thing. These are t-shirts. Why we have not released them to Anioma people to start wearing in support of Asiwaju and in support of NED is because.
And some people might say, why is he going supporting APC and all? In life, everything is must be done. There's always negotiation in most of this type of cases. There's always negotiations. There's always understanding. There's always that. Not everything is we will never. No. Everybody, the goal is for a better society. The goal is for justice to be done. Now, if somebody brings justice to you, will you reject the justice because of maybe what they did in the past, or whatever maybe you feel about them? You will accept that good thing that they are offering, as long as it's going to better the people. Sometimes that's the issue. Sometimes we have to be thinking about the people. It's not just about self of a few. That's just the truth. So it's not about going to vote for APC or going to vote for Asiwaju. It's all about doing things the right way. And if Bola Tinubu, the president, supports the creation of Anioma State, that is a very big and good thing that he has done for the people of Anioma State, because he's not the one that separated them from their brothers and sisters in the first place. So if he's able to do that, or if he's able to support that, then that is a good thing. No matter how you feel about him, you must admit that that is a good thing that he has done. It's as simple as that. So guys, thank you for staying to the end of this broadcast. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and I will see you next time.